Welcome to the ICC, welcome to Turf War as the countdown to Wednesday's historic event intensifies. Barry Hall and Sonny Bill Williams, no gimmicks needed. No outrageous claims, no outrageous threats, no false publicity seeking, no gimmicks needed. The reason why? We've got two elite level athletes, an AFL Premiership winner, an NRL Premiership winner, a World Cup winner. Two genuinely big, tough men, and two big, tough men that can certainly fight. Also, probably even more importantly, two gentlemen. Hence the approach. It is all business. And this week, that business just happens to be punching faces. Barry Hall and Sonny Bill Williams are our main event on Turf War, beginning here at the ICC, 6 p.m. on Wednesday night. Our weigh-in, it will be back here at the ICC tomorrow in the forecourt at midday. You're all more than welcome. Stan Event, the broadcast partner, launches Wednesday night, part one of an exciting, engaging and committed new platform, part of the Stan family. Speaking of family, thank you to our family of sponsors that you can see behind us. Without you, none of this would be possible. All fighter accreditation will be made available tomorrow at the weigh-in. All media accreditation, please see Leon and Brett. I first welcome to the stage former world champ, multiple times over, and one of Australia's finest, the Green Machine, Danny Green. And co-promoter. What's easier, fighting or promoting?
I'm pretty cranky around fight time, so I think I'm a bit more relaxed now. So promoting some, well, you know what? I'll see on Wednesday night when the figures are in. They'll tell the tough.
There you go. I mentioned no gimmicks needed because we've got two elite level athletes, two giant men. I mean, two huge men that can throw punches.
Yeah, Andy, I think it's exceptional that these two guys have agreed to fight each other. They're two phenomenal athletes in their chosen sports. Both huge athletes, profiles in this country. Sonny Williams is a juggernaut in international sport.
Yep.
Now he's wanting to take on the sport of boxing and excel at that. And it's a massive step for him. And Barry Hall has had one professional fight, and I believe he's victorious in that on the big stage. These guys are real athletes, but they are proper fighters. They're not footballers who want to have a fight and have a crack at it. These guys have proven it, and Sonny Bill's proven it. He's fought professionally. He's unbeaten. Barry Hall, as I said, in the first fight on the big stage, proved his worth, proved his ability. His skill is immense. So for me, as a fight fan, as a boxing purist, I'm really, really excited about this fight. I think people are watching at home on Stan are going to be flipping out because I keep telling people, you're going to be surprised with the quality of the boxing.
Yeah. Mate, I'm going to ask you just for a tip here, and not a tip on the fight. For 20 odd years, you and Anthony Mundine have been at one another. And unfortunately, I'm the one that gets to sit in the middle of you two, co-commentating on Stan on Wednesday night. Any suggestions as to who I look at, why I look at them, and what I do and don't say?
Oh, this could go anywhere.
Yeah, it could go anywhere. That's
anywhere.
what I'm worried about.
So,
mate, looking forward to it. We've got George Kambosos joining us at ringside as well, a very exciting new venture. Great to have you part of it. We'll get you to take a seat and we'll bring the undercard up and have a chat with them.
Easy, mate.
Danny Green, ladies and gentlemen, and we do bring the undercard up. Please make welcome two guys, our semi-main event, that are fighting for 5 regional titles, including the possibility of an IBO World Title Eliminator. I speak of Jackson England and Paul Fleming. Joining them on stage, Willis Meehan, Raheem Mundine, and the man, Anthony Mundine. You're very quiet down the end there, boss. Are we a nervous father this week? Are we a nervous father, the young bloke sitting next to you? Is it a different experience?
Yeah, a lot different, you know. I sort of could, you know, it's a different feeling, I suppose. Like, I obviously care for my boy and don't want him to. It's a hard sport, boxing. It's, you don't play, you know. Anything can happen. I just want to prepare him the best you can. I didn't want my kids to fight, to be honest. Like, I thought I'd done the fighting, but it's in his bloodline, it's in his prodigy, and he wants to try and beat Dad, I suppose. So we'll see how he goes.
Now you know what Mum and Dad went through back in the late 90s, early 2000s with you. They were worried about you and you were saying, no, everything's fine. Now you know what it's like having the young bloke strap up the gloves for the first time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I think him being around it all his life, seeing him growing up with it, I think that like me, when with my dad, I wasn't there when Dad was fighting and whatnot, but you know, I always see him on the streets and get all that respect from people, and people always saying how good he was, you know, when he was fighting, and I just I knew I had a talent for it, and I knew I had a passion for it, and I knew that I was going to go to boxing one day. But my first passion was rugby league. I wanted to try and play for Australia. That was my main goal, and then leave. But circumstances, you know, made me leave early, and you know, now he's going to chase his dreams and try and fulfil them. So I'm here to support him.
Raheem, I'll direct this one at you, buddy. You know how Dad's feeling now. You probably know how Grandma and Grandpa are feeling. How are you feeling?
Nah, I feel good. I feel confident. I always knew I'd want to do this, but yeah, I didn't think I'd do it this early. But yeah, opportunity came and yeah, took it.
How's the last week been? The realisation that it's fight time and there's it's about to happen.
Nah, it's a bit calm, eh? I thought I'd be a bit more nervous, but yeah, I feel ready. And yeah.
How's Dad around you? Is he?
Nah, he's been good.
He hasn't been talking you up and telling you to say this and telling you to do this?
Nah.
Okay.
He's his own man. I've done all the talking for us.
Wish you safety and success like we do all of our undercard fighters. To Willis Meehan, our very large unit friend down the end. The heavyweight that finding it very difficult to get fights. Good to see you here, mate. How are you positioned leading into Wednesday night?
Well, alhamdulillah, I feel really good. Training hard, put about 2 months hard training together. Got some good sparring. Just finished a sparring camp off actually with Joel Pataya. I've done on the Gold Coast. Gave me a nice little black eye. There's three things I love, bro. I love my faith, my family, and I love fighting. I'll fight on the moon if you can get me there. So come Wednesday night, watch. It's going to be a big bad knockout of mine.
Is that the aim? Just get the job done as quickly as humanly possible?
Usually the aim is my coach telling me go out there box, but once the bell rings, I don't know. I just want to go out there and start brawling.
You like your dad as well, very much so. To my immediate right, a young man that I've had the pleasure, and I do say that, I've had the pleasure of knowing him for 10 or 12 years. He looks like the original Wild Child, covered in ink. Anything but a gentleman, an absolute sweetheart too. Paul Fleming, great to see you back. Great to see you semi-main event and active again.
Thank you very much, and very thankful for the opportunity with Dreamtime Fighters and with Denny Green and getting us on this card, another big card. You know, I only want to fight on the big cards now. I'm too old to sit around and wait around anymore. So that's why we've gone after the young bull, I call him. So he's hungry, he's young, he's ready to go, and you know, he's got that win that I need. So to move myself forward and get myself closer to a world title shot, and that's what we want. Where
do you see yourself having the advantage over Jackson?
I think everywhere.
Okay.
Experience on the big stage. This is the thing. Guys have to formulate a plan to beat me, not the other way around. I spar orthodox 98% of the time. I fight orthodox 98% of the time. I only have to do what I trained for every single day to win the fight. So everyone else has to have a plan to beat me, and that's a very hard plan. So we'll see.
Jackson England, I guess the obvious question is, without giving too much away, buddy, what is the plan to beat Paul Fleming?
Don't really want to spoil anything too much. But first off, I just want to say a big thank you to Danny for giving us the opportunity. I want to thank Paul as well for giving me the opportunity as well. Very grateful to finally be on a big show like this and to be able to showcase myself and to have that shot as well.
Mate, it is a pleasure on behalf of the promoters and on behalf of Stan to have you part of this. Obviously, the victory is the most important thing. What are you hoping to show the Australian public?
I just want to show them that I belong here and that I, the hard work that I put in since I was 14 years old, that it's all going to pay off. And the goal in this is to, like Paul said, to get a shot at a world title and to, leave your legacy behind and do it for your family, do it for your friends, do it for everybody, but mainly for yourself as well.
The collection of broken noses within the audience says most of us have been around boxing a long time. For those of you that haven't, I was backstage prior to the press conference starting, and I was the only one to witness a conversation between Jackson and Paul. The two embraced, and the conversation went something along the lines of, "A pleasure seeing you face to face. Let's hope the two of us go home to our families on Wednesday night, and I wish you success." Before that, they're going to punch the crap out of each other. What a wonderful industry. This is our undercard for Turf War on Wednesday night. Gentlemen, thank you very much, and we are going to just get ready to call up our main event. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Musical chairs has ended, name tags right. Introducing first, joined to the stage by Andy Lee, Tony Mundine, Coda Nasser, and the man, please make welcome Sonny Bill Williams. And his opponent at Turf War Wednesday night, to our left, joined by Danny Green and also Tony Nobbs, Barry Hall. Sonny, I'll start with you. I felt it necessary in the introduction to mention the term a couple of times, no gimmicks needed. And I said that out of complete respect to Barry and yourself, because we've got two world-class athletes with no BS in them. Two blokes that are businessmen, two blokes that are fighters and are ready to go to war, but ready to do it as a business. Am I on the money?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Got a lot of respect for Barry. I know he's put himself for the ringer. This prep, I don't know too much about his prep, but I think he knows all about my prep, and I've done the same. So I wish we were fighting tonight, to tell you the truth. But a bit like what Paul Fleming and the bro said a bit earlier, that, I've got no ill feelings towards Barry. I hope he goes home to his beautiful family, his beautiful children, but I want to smash his face, So it's plain and simple, and that's the fight game.
Your preparation has been well documented, mate. Comparatively to previous fights, where do you believe you're at?
Yeah, it's been a tough preparation, but it's been one of growth for myself. I really wanted to put myself out there. I could have stayed home, trained at my gym, which is up the road, and everything's comfortable, my kids around, but I decided to go overseas for 6 weeks, put myself out there. I got a lot of growth going through that. Then I came back here, I had to train by myself for a couple of weeks, but I sparred the best guys that I could find. I sparred guys that are respectively a lot better fighter than what Barry is. So I put myself through the ringer in that sense, and I feel like the growth is going to be there on Wednesday for people to see.
Sonny, some athletes, and it covers all sports, need to make the event personal to reach their best. Some avoid that. Which category do you fall into?
Yeah, I just fell into I fell in fall in the one that is real. I'm myself.
Yep.
What you see is what you get. I'm not much of a trash talker. I thought I might try and sell the fight, but it's just not me. But what you will get is a guy that's going to go out on the shield, a guy that's testing himself, and yeah, everything that comes with it. But for me, there's no glory without putting yourself out there, and I've definitely done that. I'm looking forward to getting out there and just being in the ring with Barry, because I know we're going to put on a good show. You know what I mean?
Barry, same question to you. Welcome to Sydney, buddy. Are you the type that needs to make it personal to get the best out of yourself?
Oh, look, I don't, but I'm in fight mode, so,
Yep.
you know, it's very personal. We're fighting. So, you know, he's trying to provide for his family and so am I, so it is personal. You know, there's been a few things thrown back and forward and nothing in a personal nature, but I've heard them and, yeah, it just adds a bit of fuel to the fire. So I've prepared, I'm ready, and, yeah, he's mentioned it, we're going to go to war, and that's exactly what's in my mind. I hope he brings nothing less.
Where are you at, buddy, in terms of how you rate your performance, your mindset, your state of being at the moment, 48 hours out?
Look, I'm very calm.
Yep.
I've prepared. There's nothing to be nervous about. I've prepared, and there's nothing else I can do about preparation right now. I've prepared as best as I could. I've had no injuries. I'm feeling great. I'm sparring good. The speed's there. The power's there. It's just a matter of putting on a show now. And I'm just, as Sonny said, I want it to happen now.
Does experience in the ring count, mate? Count against you? The fact that Sonny's had more fights?
Well, it could, but I think with my first fight, the lessons I learned were invaluable.
Yeah.
I threw myself in the deep end. Sonny just spoke about throwing yourself in the deep end in fight camp. I actually threw myself in the deep end in my first fight, which no one does. I fought a guy who was undefeated with 9-0, and yeah, I had 9 weeks preparation. So, you talk about throwing yourself in the deep end against a pressure fighter, probably one of the hardest situations you can go in. So, and I thought I prevailed despite the decision. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm ready to go.
2 big units ready to go. We'll take questions from the floor at a distance, no doubt, if you've seen them up close. Anyone like to ask Barry and or Sonny anything? We're available for one on...
Sonny, what are you in? Barry, what are you in?
I'm younger, I've got more experience, and I think I'm more hungrier. Plain and simple.
I think my mental capacity, I think I'm tougher, and my boxing ability will shine through.
I should have went on SAS. Show you I was tougher.
Yeah, go for Andy.
It's been a pleasure to train Sonny. For a man who's achieved so much in the sporting world, he's very, very hungry, very, very dedicated, almost obsessive about boxing. So it's been a pleasure to train him. If I showed him something this morning, by the time we met again in the gym, I could see that he'd worked on it, practiced it, and thought about it, and was already improved at doing it. So that told me all I need to know about Sonny, how serious he's about the game. And I'm excited for his fight, and I think you're going to see, like, you might think it's crazy, but my ambition for Sonny over the next 2 years is to build him into a world title contender and eventually fight for the world championship, because that's how good he can be. He has that natural ability, but you combine that with the hunger he has, I think he can go all the way.
Chock, what's got you confident that your good friend, your good mate, and your partner here, Sonny Bill Williams, can do the job?
For me, I think Sonny's like Andy said, he leaves no stone unturned, and when he puts his mind to something that he wants to achieve, 9 times out of 10 he achieves it. And obviously he's done all he can in preparation for this fight. It's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a great night of boxing, and to me, Barry seems as hungry as Sonny. So I think that the best man's going to win on the night, and God willing, it's our team.
Danny, conversely, what's got you confident in Barry?
Oh, look, it's going to be, like I said before, I'm excited because I don't think people are going to realise until they're watching the fight the quality of this bout. Both guys are supreme athletes. I mean, Andy Lee is a phenomenal trainer and he's been training Sonny for quite a while now. So, you know, we expect an extremely hungry but extremely skillful Sonny Bill Williams. But Barry Hall is a beast. He's a beast of a man. And I don't know who's, like, I'm in Barry's camp, obviously, and I'm confident Barry's going to be victorious. But I do think the fight's going to end in knockout. I don't see this going the points. I don't see these guys punching each other that hard for 24 minutes. If it goes the distance, these guys are going to be busted right up. So I expect a knockout. And I think, you know, I'm in Barry's camp, so I expect it to be Barry Hall. But it could go either way because both boys are very hungry. Both can whack. Both can take a shot. I just know that when the bell goes, it's going to be a cracker. And me as a boxing purist, I'm very, very excited about this bout. I got Barry beating by KO.
That's not what you told me on social media, bro. You messaged me a couple of weeks ago, bro. Come on, bro. You didn't say that when you messaged me.
What's that?
You didn't say that on social media.
I didn't say it on social media. Well, I just said it now, so it's real media. But look, yeah, but everyone knows these boys couldn't talk bad to each other because they're humble human beings. That's who they are. And, you know, you're not going to get these guys dissing each other, but what you're going to get is you're going to get these guys that are going to try and knock each other unconscious. I don't think people realise what that means. But they've prepared for 6 weeks. They've gone away from their families. They've sacrificed everything. They've gone through immense pain. And they know that their job is to knock the other guy out. It's very intimate. So when the bell goes, he's looking across at Sonny, and Sonny's looking across at him, and he knows that I'm going to knock that guy out. Not many people know what that's like. These boys know what it's like. A lot of fighters in the room, we all know what it's like. It's full on, it's heavy. So, you know, I've got nothing bad to say against anyone, and these boys don't. But you're going to see a knockout.
Any other questions from the floor? Yep.
Yeah, just got a question for both Barry and Sonny. I'll go with you, Barry. On Thursday morning, the whole of Australia and boxing community around the world is going to wake up to the news about this fight. What will the headline read Thursday morning?
The headline will probably read that I've won the fight by knockout and I've shocked everyone. They're a bit better than what he thought.
What he said about me. Yeah, I knocked Barry out. I'm standing there. That type of stuff, yeah, bro.
One-on-one, yep.
Sonny, you've vowed to show your mark social media posting it out. Mate, your last fight, your warm-up fight, was fairly lackluster. What are you going to bring to this fight that's different to that?
Were you there? Boxing, man. This bloody game's dirty, man. I'm sick of it. I don't know. I think working with Andy, being away from my comfort zone, I feel like a total different fighter. I know people say that a lot, but I've never really put myself total, 24/7 boxing mind to it. So I think that's what you're going to see. And the beauty of this contest, I just want to say a massive shout out to Brother Fleming, Willis Meehan, Bilal Akaway, CJ. These guys are the future of Australian boxing, so for me, it's a great honour to be headlining something to bring these guys through. But what you're going to get on Wednesday night is a great fight. That's what I honestly believe it, because you've got two guys that have left no stone unturned. And like Barry said, we're doing it for something more than ourselves, for our families. And he doesn't want to lose. I don't want to lose, So, my last name's not Gallen. I'm not going to stand up and say, you're 2 minutes this, noodles that, But what I am going to say is it's going to be a great fight.
Two gentlemen, two beasts. I cannot wait. To our family of sponsors, thank you very much. Once again, it wouldn't be possible without you. Tickets to the event are still available to purchase on stand for those that aren't able to get to the event wherever you may be watching. Stan Event is where you can watch the entire show in a very different manner to anything you have ever seen before. Danny Green, Anthony Mundine together for the first time. If we're being honest, it could be bloody anything. One-on-one interviews are available, guys and girls. Please see Leon and Britt. The weigh-in, once again, it is here tomorrow in the forecourt at midday. Everyone is welcome. We would love to see your smiling faces. That's when the media accreditation and the boxer accreditation will be handed out. On behalf of Stan, on behalf of our two promoters, have a wonderful afternoon. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the weigh-in and then for Turf War, 6 p.m. sharp on Wednesday here at the ICC. It's been a pleasure.